Hello people, you're welcome back to the channel. Now of course I haven't made any video for the past 5 to 6 days and it's been a lot, but that's not what this particular content is about. This is the 4th official live eviction, if I'm not mistaken, and Ebuka is here to shake tables and I'm here to bring the gossip. So of course, as always, stick around from the beginning to the end of this video or else you would not get the tidbits. If any of you come drag me because of the title of my video, I could give you back as it hot. So of course, please kindly subscribe, like this video, share comments down below, share so that more people can get to see this video, because that's just how it happens here on YouTube. And like I always say, I'll bring you the after drama of the eviction, because when Ebuka shakes tables, people have to quarrel, people have to gossip, and that creates more content. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Now, this particular live eviction started with the usuals. Ebuka welcoming us with a sense of a caption, the drama, the fights, the love and everything. And then we got to see how the HOH games went through. We got to see how the nominations went through. We got to see the parties, the likes of the wager tax and all the Naijas. We got to see how Nelita got to win the heads of house, and finally an immunity for the first time in the season, which was quite worth it. And then Ebuka had to welcome or speak to the housemates. He of course welcomed them to this live eviction and started with TJ, whom he congratulated because within the week we got the news that Dr. TJ now has twins. His wife has given birth and we're all happy for him. Then Ebuka moved to the radicals, that is Mickey and Femi David, whom he congratulated or rather encouraged for having a very good show during their wager tax, or one of the tax they did.
First says he's the same age as I am, then says he thinks Sofa is younger.
And then we moved from there. Ebuka had to speak to the heads of house, Nelita and Nelita, that is Anita and Nelly. And then he was like, I'm not going to congratulate you guys without saying something. How was the week and all the Naijas? Speaking to Anita, he said there was a conversation between her and fine boy, what's his name, Tofa, about age. And then Ebuka was asking, what is it about the age? And did you guys finish that conversation? Anita responded saying that, we just left it blank because I didn't want us to be going back and forth, because it seems like we're not settling on one thing. And then, Ebuka had to ask, what did Ben tell you and what did Tofa tell you? She revealed that Ben told her that, Tofa might be way younger than her, but Tofa is claiming that they are age mates. Now, in that conversation, it just seems like Anita wouldn't like to date or be in a relationship with someone that she's older than, especially when it's a guy. Why am I even saying especially when it's a guy? It's not like she likes a girl. Anyways, moving on from that, Ebuka shook tables with Sean and Wani, but he didn't do it well because Ebuka had to action. You know what? You were having a conversation with Mickey earlier during the week, and you were talking about how you said you actually had the heart for Nelly, but you're not the kind of guy that would chase a lady. So his question now is Wani a second choice because you could not get Nelly, and now Wani is the second choice because she chased you? Sean had already responded saying that, he liked Nelly. There was a sense of likeness, but then he and Wani has a form of bond, and he feels that she's the first choice. It's not like he's trying to beat around the bush or saying that this or that, but it's not something that can be contended or argued. At some point, I was really wishing that Ebuka would expose when, Sean was talking about that Wani is not the type of girl he would date on a normal basis, that she does not have control over her emotions and stuff like that. Because with that, there would definitely be a drama tonight. But it didn't happen, and I'm not happy about it, honestly.
When I first came on the first day, I think me and Nelly kind of just hit it off in terms of having like a vibe or energy.
And then Ebuka moved to talk Onyek'S, whom he asked the question that during the week you made a statement as though you're coming into the relationship of the radicals, or is it the aces, blah blah blah. And I was confused about it because I didn't watch that particular conversation. And she's like, oh no, she's not necessarily meaning like that, that she just felt that if Femi and Mickey were to like some girls because of their close bond with her and her sister, it would now seem somehow to be as though her and her sister were coming into it. But we know that she's basically talking about herself, because Onyeka is used to something. She'll be saying something, but we know that she's meaning indirectly. And then Ebuka moved from that. I was like, what is it about you and Ozzy and Victoria? I don't know what to call it. It's not a triangle. Why do you always talk about them? And then, you mentioned that, Victoria went to change her clothes to a short skirt just to get his attention. And people laughed about it. Necessarily, she's like, oh no, she knows that Victoria likes him and Ozzy is a cute person, so she was just talking about it. It was just a casual conversation. And then Ebuka was like, what if you actually are saying it because you yourself like this guy? And she could not deny it. For the first time, one of the first times, housemates, like when Nelly did not deny what she said about Zinwe, Onyeka did not deny it. She just rather laughed and blushed, and people were laughing at her. And I really liked the way it went, because it would have gotten to a certain way and probably toxic, because if actually Ebuka wanted to dig into the kind of things she says, trouble for don't arise since.
It's just me, like when I sit in some situations, I can just calculate one or two things.
Looks like you like Ozzy.
Ebuka seemingly did not spare anybody, because he moved from that to Sooj, whom he asked, there's been a dynamic with your relationship with Nelly. And, last night she was complaining as though you didn't give her attention. And he was like, the party was happening. I checked on her a few times and noticed that she was having fun. I didn't feel there was any need to, go and interrupt that. And I was also having my fun. We got time to dance and all the 9 yards. And then Ebuka was like, okay, but in this dynamic of whatever you're trying to build, Ebuka is very crazy. You had to shake all the tables. Is this soft boy Sooj that has been coming down to focus and build his love? Guy that has given Nelly a necklace. I was professing love as though it was marriage that they were already celebrating. Ebuka went on to ask, okay, does she know that you spanked Onyek'S bomb last night? He was like, it was not something deep. We were all intoxicated. In fact, it was a joke. Nelly's face was not giving the acceptance for that.
That happened like we were both intoxicated and it was a joke.
And finally, for the first time in 4 or 5 weeks, Ebuka moved to the married couple, Kelly Ray and Cassia. But of course, he spoke to Kelly Ray, asking that you and your pair kind of had a shake-off during the week where, she was playing with someone and touched his nipples and you complained about it. What is it about it that pained you? And he was like, it's a normal thing. I told her earlier that there was a time I had an issue with Mickey about something where the kind of play they were both having with Cassia. And I was like, if you're giving men this kind of attention, if they react in the same energy, you might not like it. And I needed to clear Mickey, and I needed to clear her, because this kind of plays, I would not know how to handle it, and it might now seem like a quarrel or fight in the end. Nothing deep, it's just that simple, and that's all about it. People laughed, and all I could say was, I am glad that Ebuka did not reveal, because after all, when someone mentions what their game plan is, like in their case, they are mentioning that they are just friends, nobody has to expose it until they do, or trouble arises and it gets exposed.
Same energy. She can give you, she can get angry.
Ebuka then moved to the 5-month-old relationship of Zinwe, and he was like, Zion, I want to speak to you. Throughout the week, you guys have had a rocky relationship for some time now, but during the week, Zinwe was complaining that you're not giving her the attention that she deserves. Like, you guys, your feeling and love is not building, and that you're not expressing her love language, which I am guessing is attention. And he's like, we've gone past the honeymoon phase, and I think our relationship has gotten stronger. So her love language is different from mine, and I might not necessarily want to or would be giving the exact same energy she keeps wanting every time. And here was Zinwe saying, no, I want it to still be fresh. it obviously moved. He moved it from there to what's his name, Ben, whom he asked a number of questions. I cannot remember one, but he was like, "You've had a good bond in this house, but I want to ask you one question. If you were eating and you were left with one meat between Anita and Chizoba, whom would you give that meat? You cannot share it. You just give one person." And he was thinking for more than 5 seconds. I was like, nah, I'm disappointed. You built a good bond with Chizoba. Why couldn't you just quickly say Chizoba? But then he delayed and said, Chizoba. And people laughed. Ebuka had to ask him, why did you delay for that? He was like, I've given you enough mates now before. So it's Chizoba, obviously. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool.
Give it to Chizoba. It took you approximately 6 or 7 seconds to answer that. So
it was finally the time that we've all been waiting for. Ebuka called the housemates who were up for eviction. I think there were like 4 pairs: Beta, Radicals, Double K, and Zinwe. And then he announced that the Zinwe pair have been evicted from BBNaija Season 9 2024 edition. No lose guard. The only thing that came to mind was I cannot wait for the both of them to go and watch videos of what they said of each other, especially what Zion had to say about her, even after she had apologized for her misbehavior. And of course, Ebuka welcomed them on stage, showed them their time in Big Brother's house, and in the end, he had to ask them both a question of what do we expect from you guys from now onward. And she's like, she has experienced more of herself, and it's now time for her to leap. And he said that you should expect Zinwe for life. And I'm like, is this him declaring that they're going to get married? Because we don't know how their table will shake after this level. Otherwise, we're all expecting what is yet to come. And finally, Ebuka had to address a sense of divide. He had to ask Femi David that there's a sense of divide. Some guys stay here and some guys stay here in relation to their confrontation with the Mbadiwe twins. Now, for most of you guys, you have noticed that, there was a time that Mickey had an issue with one of the Mbadiwe twins, and now Femi is having an issue with them. And Ebuka is asking, is that what is interrupting this sitting position? And Femi David was like, you know what? There are people that I bond with, there are those I don't bond with. That doesn't mean we're not in good terms. The sitting arrangement is just random. It doesn't have anything to do with whatever divide and stuff. Ebuka also indicated that Kelly Ray said that Wani and Handy twins have selective respect for some people in the house. And I'm like, Ebuka, this subtle jab. See, I'm expecting some, the Onyek'S Handy twins, they don't take things lightly. So I'm expecting some reactions after the eviction. Aside that, Ebuka congratulated the housemates that that's all the eviction we have for this particular week. So they are safe for 1 more week, and then they should take the season serious and stop talking about past seasons. Now, of course, that's all I have for you on this particular video. So don't forget, I'm going to see you for the after eviction drama. Stick around, let's get right through it.